Hello and welcome to the Celestial Orange Room. Chris here. As always, I want to thank you for the gift of your presence. Once more, it's been a while since the last time. These last couple of months have been really hectic. But at least all of my travels are done for now, and I can go back to focusing on my day to day. Today, I want to do a mid-year check-in to review what I've used or haven't, and what my system is possibly looking like for the remainder of the year, which, spoiler alert, maybe not very different. Let's start with my planners. I started the year with the B5 monthly booklets, which unfortunately one of them lost its sticker. Just fully crumbled off. But these I had been going strong with. Just captures the whole year in one. This one for personal life, this one for work. Since it doesn't take long, I'll be continuing this for the remainder of the year, and it's pretty straightforward. The personal one includes a day-to-day small tidbit, and then the work one includes the meetings, some meeting notes, and then tracking of my work in the back at a high level, if that makes sense. This is kind of what the back looks like in terms of the tracking of mood, stress, that kind of thing. So that's always fun. Next up is the B6 Slim booklet. This one was supposed to be my catch-all in terms of events and expenses, but I did fall off at the very last day of April. That you can see May is completely empty. The good thing though is that if I wanted to, catching up will be easy enough. Just events and summary of expenses by category, not too time consuming. I will maybe pick this back up whenever, since it's just a small record, but probably will finish the year with it. We'll see. Moving on, I have the off-brand of the week's planner to keep a record of all my to-dos in one place. Basically, whenever I put a to-do or something that I just want to keep a record of in my bullet journal, after it's all done and said, or said and done, it goes in here, just so that it goes for the whole year. It's been working just fine. I did fall off at the end of April, but I picked it back up and backtracked around June or so. I am fully caught up at this point, so this will continue in my lineup, but more maybe on a monthly basis in terms of filling it up. So this year I did not have one dedicated planner, so I was setting up some bullet journals. At first I was setting it up week by week, then month by month, until I started setting up the skeletons 2 months at a time. So here at first I was setting up week by week, and then I had my notes pages, which are the ones without the washi tape here. Then I would set it up by the month, and then leave the notes pages. But this was January, February. This was March and April, which you can still see here that I set up the month. Then I had some notes and so on and so forth. But then by May, I'm like, yeah, no, I'm just going to set up 2 months and leave the notes pages at the very end, just because I did not want to have to worry about there not being enough space after I've taken down my notes and then be afraid to take down notes. Nonetheless, as silly as it may seem, 2 months at a time, so far it's been working great. But I do want to say there was an unexpected star that entered at some random point. So around late May, early June, I started seeing the Plans by Just Scribbles, the B6, everywhere. I wouldn't stop talking about it. I talked about it ad nauseum because the month, week, and daily setup was very similar to my Bujo. Not quite the same because, for comparison, I'm used to doing 2 pages per weekday and 1 page for Saturday and Sunday on my Bujo, it gives me infinitely more space to actually jot down notes and do work items as well as personal items all in one. But this just wasn't it. While I love the thicker paper and layout, I didn't have patience for my children to try. I couldn't find any blotting paper that I had last year. I don't know where it went. And the size is unfortunately just too small. So this was for One Book July. It served its purpose, but maybe in the future I'll just repurpose this for maybe some journaling. But it came and went kind of thing. But yeah, still nice. Still nice. So what I've done instead is that for the month of August, I've set up the month for August here in this Archer and Olive TN. And the way that I've set it up is going to be the whole month in one notebook. Is literally just about enough. If this works out, then September will be probably another TN, and I'll reassess as the months go by. Let's see how that works. And I know it's random, but I've also been keeping some pocket notebooks on the go, just for random thoughts I want to expand on. It's been really useful. Not necessarily planning, but kind of commonplacing, if that makes sense. So let's move some of this away and let's go on to the next categories, which is just the journals or different types of journals that I've been keeping. In terms of my system, I like keeping memory, like daily memory journals. And this one was the very first one. I started using this Archer and Olive at the very end of, or the very beginning of the year, sorry. I didn't know it then, but my goodness, I came to love this size. It was just perfect. Like the dimensions are great. I ended this around mid-April or so, and then I started the Keeper of Peace, but this is an A5. Sorry for all the shaking. This lasted me from the very end of April to the third week of July or so. It was fun. It captured a lot of my travels, just a lot of additional junk that I added. Yeah, this was really fun. And I am back to a square book. This is a sketchbook from Archer and Olive. I got it off of Mercari for a decent price. But I wanted to go back to the square again for some time. So this is what I'm currently using. Let's take this away. Oh, and before I forget, there was at some point around March where I felt the need to keep a weekly memory keeper. So while the other journal captures like the daily stuff, adding the junk that I want to, this is more of like a summary by week. And it just gives me a better illustration of what was going on that week, how was I feeling, little highlights, that kind of thing. And this will be my third one that I've done. The other ones I did in notebooks, which I created myself. But I wanted to give this a try yet again. And maybe in the future, I'll just keep on doing it because I really do enjoy doing this. For journaling, I started the year with this huge 400-page notebook, which served as my daily journaling practice. I couldn't really call it morning pages because the journaling would happen at any time of the day that I had this notebook available. It took me to about April or so. It was really fun, a lot of writing. I eventually began inputting some stickers in here too, just to spruce things up because I really was starting to get angsty around those days. Nonetheless, I moved from this huge notebook, this is an A5, to some pocket notebooks. Lasted me sometimes 5 days or so. These went by very quickly. Really liked them. It was just right at the moment. I then moved to an A5 Slim. This was around May or so. I did fall off my journaling practice just because I was so stressed out. Plus, I had to prepare for the trip that I was going to around May, and just everything just fell to the back burner except for my bullet journal, which I needed to have. I just need it. Currently, I am using a B6 Slim by Sterling Ink. This will last me until it lasts me. I am not forcing myself to journal every day. It's just whenever it happens, it's right there for me. ready to grab. Other random miscellaneous books, on the other hand, those include my dream journal, which I finished very early on this year. I then started a TN size dream journal. Yeah, this is probably going to last me a little bit longer. I am not doing it as often as I used to because I'm stressed. I don't always remember the dreams or as often as I did before, but it's there. I'll pick it up whenever. No biggie. A random one too is this one I created around April just for funsies. This was supposed to be a glimmer a day, and it's just like highly decorated with mainly like a box in the middle saying like what the glimmer was for that day. I just felt like doing this yet again. I did something similar to this back in December. Just wanted to do one for the spring. And last but not least, I have my sketchbook, which really haven't used much this year. I actually put this away pretty early on, just because I don't know, didn't really want to focus on this. I felt that I could be creative and express myself in my current journal, so this kind of fell to the wayside, and I'll pick it up whenever, but it's just there. Not part of my lineup per se as of right now. It's just existing. So all in all, I'm glad I have found a system that is working for me for the season of life I'm in. I know planner season is upon us, but as of now, I don't think I'll be purchasing any specific planner for next year. Maybe a monthly booklet, but I don't know. That decision will be made late December or early January, which is still way ahead. Before making that decision, I will be reassessing what is working and what is not again at the end of this year. And let's see how that goes. But for now, this is what I'm working with. I want to thank you for watching, and as always, stay stellar, my friends.